Hi, my name is Robert Fredeen of Fredeen Financial Services, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the very exciting subject of life insurance. Okay, yeah, it's not really exciting, but here's the thing, it's important. One of the things that I want to make sure that we get to right off the bat is a simple reality, and that is if you follow the advice that you get on the internet from your financial alleged gurus or you talk to your investment guy, I'm going to tell you right now, odds are you are underinsured. What does that mean? When I say underinsured, that means if you have a family, if you have people who depend on you, and you follow that advice, even if you're 40, 50 years old, something happens to you, your family is going to find themselves in a much lower standard of living than what they have now. Not only do they lose you, but now they're going to have to dial back their lifestyle because you didn't leave them enough life insurance. And I'm not making that up. That's actually something I've seen happen. So here's the thing. A lot of these formulas that you go out and you go online and you start punching in the numbers. Oh, I make this much. I got a house, got this and that. These formulas are extremely complicated, and generally they come up with a number that's too low. This complexity means that they're making a bunch of guesses. They're trying to look like oh yeah, we're taking in everything. They're just adding more places where they can guess and tweak and whatever to get you to the number that they're hoping that you want to hear. Here's the whole point. The whole point of life insurance is to take care of your family when you are not there, which means you need to focus on how much money your family actually gets. Historically, we've used something called the 4% rule. You basically take your assets, you multiply them times 4%, that's how much income you get. Life insurance would be the same way. You would take the life insurance benefit, multiply it times 4%, and that's your income. Well, now people are saying, hey, you know what, that number is not really going to last the rest of your life. It might last 30 years. Well, what if something happens when you are 40, 30? It's not going to last long enough. So you need to make sure, and you'll find this when you talk about retirement, we'll say the same thing. Don't use the 4% rule. A lot of people are talking about the 3.5% or even the 2.9% rule. So that's one important thing to keep in mind, is that to make sure there's enough money to support your family. But what's the flip side? What if you're overinsured? So that can't happen. In all sincerity, that's not a thing. Because here's the thing, when you apply for life insurance, the life insurance company has a say in how much you get. And they have formulas and they have their own way of calculating this. You're not going to be overinsured. You cannot buy too much life insurance, no matter how much you might want. But the other thing is this. What's going to be worse? If your family is overinsured and so they get more money if something happens to you, or if they're underinsured and they don't get enough money. I submit that overinsured is not really going to be a big deal. And look, I know that means that there would be, oh, we're wasting some money. Life insurance death benefit is pennies on the dollar, guys. You are not paying, if you want $10 in death benefit, you are not paying $10, generally speaking. If you're 90 years old, then yeah, you will. So you get leverage. So the whole point here is you need to reevaluate your insurance. And yeah, that means talking to an expert. And I'll tell you right now, the people who are experts in life insurance are either life insurance agents or people who are former life insurance agents. So just like you wouldn't ask your Uber driver what the correct ignition timing would be on a 1955 Bel Air Chevrolet with a 327 cubic inch engine and a 4-barrel carburetor, that's a question that you would need to ask an expert mechanic, right? Same thing applies to life insurance. If you have questions about life insurance, you need to talk to an expert, somebody who's been doing this a little while and knows what they're doing. So I will submit that I would be happy to answer those questions for you. If you look down below, you can schedule a meeting with me. We can take 30, 45, 60 minutes and talk about what your financial situation is, if you need life insurance or you don't, or how much you would need. And we can knock that out ideally in, like I said, 45 minutes. So that is underneath there. Hit that. Please hit like for the video and share with anybody you think needs to know this. Again, my name is Robert Fredeen, and I am with Fredeen Financial Services. Thanks.